Today we're in Hamilton, Ohio, home to Hamilton Caster, where they make the toughest casters and wheels on the planet. This is Made in America. Hamilton Casters has been making casters and wheels in Ohio for more than 100 years. The company was founded in 1907 by John Weigel, a tinkerer and machinist who got his start by making casters for small shoe racks out of his garage. While he had many passions, it was his work with casters that stuck. 4 generations later, the company is known throughout the world for making some of the toughest casters and wheels on the planet. The company started with one man in his garage, and now his great-grandson, Dave Lippert, is at the helm, with nearly 90 employees in tow, manufacturing products for pretty much anything that can be moved on wheels.
Our products go in any industrial or warehousing operation where they move heavy stuff. So we're in material handling, we support anything that moves on wheels.
Most of our casters are made out of forgings or castings that are machined, so there's a rig, the part that holds the wheel, and then the wheel itself, and both are machined. And then there's assembly, so bearings, washers, axles, hardware, brakes, and so on are included there to make a finished caster that's then shipped to our customers.
Hamilton's status as an American manufacturer is important to Lippert, but he believes that while manufacturing is imperative to the strength of the country's economy, it's most important because it's his family's legacy.
Well, part of it is our legacy. So we were founded by a great-grandfather who started business here in Hamilton. We like the idea of making things in the U.S. We firmly believe that making things in the U.S. makes us a stronger company, or a country rather, and we want to be a part of that. It provides employment for people in this area. It provides a better base of jobs and tax revenue for the city of Hamilton. It basically gives us all a better community in which we live.
Many of Hamilton's employees are local, and once people come on board, they're likely to spend the rest of their careers with the company.
When people start, they are going to be with us for their whole career.
Plant manager Lester Jones has spent a lot of his career with Hamilton, and while he still has about 15 years before he retires, he appreciates the company's commitment to remaining made in America.
Well, the reality of what I do, what we do here is, if we didn't make it here, we wouldn't have jobs. So it's real important for us, and we're very pleased that the ownership wants to make it in America and make it here in Hamilton.
If you want to know more about the impact that manufacturing has on the economy, just ask Lippert. He literally wrote the book on reshoring. To him, it's more than bringing jobs back to the U.S. It's also servicing a customer base that is primarily based in the States.
I wrote this book back in 2014. A buddy of mine and myself wrote this about bringing jobs back to the U.S. We are firmly committed to the idea that it's a good thing to have manufacturing jobs in the U.S. We're a piece of the responsibility for doing that.
It's also important for Lippert to source Hamilton's raw materials locally.
We buy our products made in the USA.
Being a fourth-generation company, Lippert not only shoulders the burden of continuing the legacy that his family built, but making sure that it grows and remains strong for when it's handed down to the next generation.
We build on the shoulders of those that went before us, right? And so think about the blessings of being part of a family business. There's also a responsibility to carry it forward. And so the third generation did a great job of building the business up. That was my dad and 2 uncles. Handed it to 4 of us in the fourth, and we feel like it's our job to make it even bigger and better for the next generation.
The company is currently preparing for a big expansion into a new facility. For the first time since the 70s, the company is expanding into a new building.
Basically taking 2 segments of caster operations and manufacturing and putting them under one roof for the first time since probably the 60s or 70s.
One point of pride for Lippert is the test lab, where Hamilton makes sure that every product meets specifications. It's here that quality assurance experts test everything from whether or not the caster will swivel or to see if it will withstand the rigors of the shop floor. Running a caster through a rigorous bump test is important because we all know that plant floors aren't spotless.
And we need to make sure that everything that we sell and market actually meets the standard. And so we have three pieces of primary equipment. One of them is testing what we call the swivel operation of a caster. So that's how well does it swivel under load, how easily does it swivel, how much force does it take to make a caster swivel. So that's one test. The next is maybe the most extensive, and that is what does it take to push and pull a load under, or what does it take to push and pull wheels under load. The third piece of test equipment we have in this lab is called our durability test. This test tests wheels under various speeds and other conditions such as we call it the bump test, so impediments in the floor imperfections, cracks in between concrete or running over things. And so the durability test, it's really an aggressive, in many cases destructive test where it simulates running over a period of miles, a period of time, and sometimes a mess of different objects, which will tell us whether a wheel truly is durable. It can withstand the test and the rigors of the environment where it's going to be, plant floors that aren't spotless, that sort of thing.
Many people, especially those outside the industry, don't understand that Hamilton is more than just wheels. A lot of design and engineering goes into a caster. Many variations have been made to meet so many different needs in the marketplace, and there is never a one-size-fits-all. The company is constantly reinventing the wheel.
What I've discovered over the years is in any aspect, whether it's wheels or anything else, there's a lot behind it, and those on the outside don't know. There's never a one-size-fits-all. There's never a one kind of wheel is perfect.
Hamilton has more than 8,000 products in the catalog, and the possibilities are infinite.
So we do a good amount of design to order. So if somebody needs something that isn't quite available in the array of products we already have, we can make it. It might be a material, it might be a size, a certain unique shape, profile. We can do any of those things.
And Hamilton makes sure that you're going to get your parts fast. The third generation came up with pronto shipping in the late 60s. It started as a 2-day shipping service, but now they're shipping thousands of products the same day.
Since we sell mostly through distribution, that delivery was really important, and if we could ship fast enough, our distributors wouldn't have to stock. So if they could count on quick delivery from Hamilton right out of our shelves, off our shipping dock, and they don't have to stock, and it's dependable enough, they win and we win. It was a 2-day service back then. Now it's same day to next day, and the number of SKUs has exploded.
Really, that's what sets them apart: lead time and quality.
So how fast we get stuff to market, get stuff into the hands of our customers, and then the quality, the engineering, the quality that's built into everything that we sell and make here.
Speed and quality are crucial, but the big pitch has always been and will always be customer service.
And so you could call it the red carpet treatment, concierge level service. There's all sorts of names for it. We believe that we lead our industry in how we treat people from the time our receptionist, a live person, answers the phone, to how we handle with our experienced sales force, all the way to getting the product in their hands and making sure it works.
We pride ourselves in short lead times, best products, really high quality, heavy duty products, and in being really easy to work with. Again, that's part of the culture, almost like the lean part of the culture. Our ability to relate to customers and come alongside and provide solutions in a way that's really easy for them to do is something I think our competitors maybe aren't as good at.
Since the company sells a lot of products through distribution, they often don't know where they end up. The custom work, on the other hand, is a little easier to track and has produced some jaw-dropping products.
Because we sell through distribution, we frequently don't know where the standard products end up. There's probably plenty of cool stories there. We're just not as aware of them.
Colossus is one of the largest casters ever made. And nearly 5 feet tall, the caster is massive. Each one weighed 8,000 pounds and could hold up to 100,000 pounds.
So just in terms of sheer magnitude and capacity, this caster stood about 56 inches tall. I think it each caster weighed 8,000 pounds. The capacity, how much it would hold, was 100,000 pounds. And it was part of a system for the Department of Defense that was going to lift basically 400,000 pounds on 4 casters. They were dual wheel, they were spring loaded casters, they had a suspension, the axles oscillated. massive caster just in terms of its scope.
Caster's literally as tall as I am. You know, it was great, and the whole company got behind it. All the employees loved making it.
Yeah.
It was just so interesting, and doing it all here was an incredible feat.
The company's president forecasts steady growth for the company. As more manufacturers continue to expand or come back to the United States, the business will only continue to grow.
Well, our market has not been, the market of material handling and casters and wheels is not one of high and low growth. It's fairly steady over the years. We will see more manufacturing in the U.S. and that portends better times for companies like ours that make casters and wheels that support them.
Hamilton's ongoing success can also be attributed to the company's commitment to lean manufacturing. To Lippert, he wants to cut out the waste to not only pass the savings on to the customer, but also remain competitive.
We're all about getting rid of waste. The customer doesn't want to pay for waste, so we don't want to have to create any of that if we can avoid it. So minimizing waste, and the other piece is that whole getting better every day. So the better we are, the better we are for our customer, the better value proposition we'll have. So it's a journey that embraces the office and the shop, operations from purchasing all the way through production operations, the sales, as you mentioned, engaging everybody in this company, all 87. How do we all get better? How do we make the place a better, smoother operating factory today than it was yesterday, and better tomorrow than it is today?
20 years ago, Hamilton made thousands of parts at a time. Now, according to Lee Burrows, the company's lean manager, they make about 30 to 40. The goal is to get down to one-piece flow.
Lean manufacturing at Hamilton Casters started in 1995, so that's when we really started into lean thinking with a few lean tools and some kind of rudimentary practices. And it's really focused on the customer. So there are two things that we have in mind. One is the shortest lead times for orders and the best product possible. And that's what drives all of our lean thinking, really. So we've had now 20-some years of practice at lean, and our current focus is really on two things: improving the stability of our processes so that they produce the same result every time. Same quality, same high quality, same timing, everything's very predictable. The second thing is in improving flow. So we want to try to get to one-piece flow. Back in the 90s and before, we batched. We made thousands of parts at a time. Now we make 30 or 40 at a time of each type. And we want to continue to drive that down and approach one-piece flow, where if a customer orders something, we make it right then and there and ship it.
One tactic that has led to the company's continuous improvement is the use of lean events, where they study each manufacturing process and find out where waste occurs. They literally watch every step of the process, including every move the operator makes. They study it and find out where they can improve. In some areas of the plant, they make incremental improvements along the way, but in others, they may save up to 30%.
So this is called TWI, training within industry. So it results in the creation of documented written standards for how to do a job the best way. But along the way, we study the process and find out where waste occurs, where things happen that really don't add any value to the product. And so we were there actually watching every step the person takes, every move they make, and detailing that. How far do they walk? How long does it take? And we'll go back and study that and determine how to improve the process.
It's all about continuous improvement.
We're striving always to make it a little bit better, every day to do something a little bit better so that we provide more value to our customers.
But you need to get the company culture to buy in from the top down.
Now that's a trick. And so a lot of companies try lean and fail, and it's because they lack that culture. So really, I attribute our lean culture to our president, Dave Lippert, who started this back in 1995 and had the faith and commitment to make it happen. But over that time, there really is a culture of lean thinking. So, everybody from shop floor employees all the way up to Dave Lippert understand the value and what it means to us, and it's just kind of the way we are.
For Burrows, the importance of American manufacturing is obvious.
Sorry, that seems so obvious, but some of our competitors import a lot of their products. That requires that they carry a lot of inventory. There are super long lead times to bring product over from China or from wherever it might come from. We don't have to do that. If a customer orders something today, we can make it, today, tomorrow, and have it out to them.
And it's the reason that Hamilton Casters will always be known for making the toughest casters on the planet.
I've seen how they're made and what they're made from, and the folks who make them, there's no doubt in my mind they're the best heavy-duty casters on the market.
This is IEN, Made in America.